Welcome to Unpeeled, Veggie Tales in the Raw. Welcome back, y'all. I am so excited.
What an episode. What a movie spectacular that was. A 45-minute long little Lord of the Beans.
And I'm glad we finally watched it. Well, here's the thing, y'all. We watched these episodes right before we roll into recording. And today I just wanted to ask, Riley, were you painting your toenails while we were watching this episode?
My fingernails.
Your fingernails. Oh, I kept seeing your leg go up and I was like...
I just sit like a bisexual. You know, I perch.
Okay. I didn't know that was native to the bisexuals, so that's
you wouldn't.
good to know. I don't know why I feel shame for that, but I do. I'm like, you're right. I wouldn't.
But you wouldn't. But... So stop taking up space in like my people's culture and let's move on.
Wow. Okay. Wow. But
Lord of the Beans. Wow. Really super, super wild ride. And you know, I have to say it right off the bat. I must.
Say it.
Do you think they knew how many phrases they were saying that sounded obnoxiously dirty?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
All right. Well, I'll just give you two.
Oh, here's the list.
Okay. Just two. The first one is a grown-ass adult talking to Junior Asparagus and said, "You got that bean, right?"
Oh. Well, I mean, it was a magical, powerful bean. So
Yeah. You got that bean, right?
I don't know. That's on the line.
Okay, well then how do you explain this one? We're going to the trees to learn the secret of Toto's bean.
Okay. All right, that one is a little bit more. I'll give you that one. I will give you that one.
I was glad that they never flicked it. I'm just saying. We shouldn't be talking about Junior Asparagus' bean. And with that, we can move on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And in case anyone does not know, Lord of the Beans is the spoof parody of The Lord of the Rings, a very famous series. Just in case they're like, what on earth are they talking about? You know.
For who? For your 85-year-old grandma who hopped on and is listening?
My grandmas are dead. Thank you very much.
Okay. My grandmas that hopped on and are listening? Oh, I hope not. I hope they're not.
But yes, it is a very, very hardcore parody of J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. And this one is teaching kids how to use their gifts that they've been given. And also... Sort of. And it touches
They're
on
teaching
like,
them how to not use their gifts.
That is so weird. Yes. That is... Because Junior literally kept saying this. He had this bean and he was like, I don't want to use it until I know what it's for. And I'm like, I don't think that's a good
I'm like,
way.
What is the message? Yeah, like you're telling... I mean, I get where they were going, which was like using your gift for the like best reason and like using it to... In their version, it's using it to serve the glory of God. I'm choosing to translate that as like using it in its most helpfully impactful way possible.
Yes.
And I get that. But the whole message was framed around they explicitly say don't use it until you know what it's for.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna like wait till I get invited to play first chair for the orchestra to start practicing violin.
And
what do you mean?
Don't play a minute before. You can't start, which isn't even biblically defensible, guys. Okay, because the Lord saith. The Lord saith, you are the salt of the earth, you're the light of the world. You don't light a lamp and put it under a basket. Like, he was like, let your good works shine. Let it be a blessing to others. So I think, they just kind of slid over the edge on the...
Don't use it for any reason. Don't make anyone a chicken burrito, even if they ask, if they're so hungry.
So. You made it sound like they were turning people into chicken burritos.
I wish. That would have been... He could have. Could have.
This was the first time also, okay, so story starts, it's almost like copy paste the exact same beginning.
Literally.
Just shortened down a bit and then parodied to hell, obviously. But we very quickly, sorry, what is Gandalf's fake name in this?
Randolph, son of Mandolf, keeper of the flame of Ramothia Ulalith.
Oh, wow, you've watched this a
A lot. I watched this a lot as a kid.
Oh, God. I think it's the first time we see Nezer as a good guy.
A good guy. I was like, man, he has broken out of his typecasting.
I don't even know what his base stock character is called, but I know him best as Nebuchadnezzar, so I'm calling him Nezer.
That is his name. Yeah, no, that's his actual name. And
Okay,
that's
well, then
why he
great.
literally, I mean, you can't
His
be
parents
named.
loved him.
You can't be named after Nebuchadnezzar and not get cast as a villain. But you're right, because we've seen him as the evil factory owner of the Chocolate Bunny Factory, the iconic bunny song. He was also in that Easter Carol. He was like the Scrooge type of gentleman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He mostly shows up as villains or background characters.
Who are annoying. Yeah.
Because he was a background character in the Rumor Weed.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. And in Sheer Luck, he was that annoying detective who stole Larry's idea. So yeah, when he's not out there
bad guys.
When he's not out there threatening to broil vegetables or knock down churches or do that kind of thing, yeah, he's just being a little...
Or steal people's ideas.
Yeah, so...
Then instead, you see him as a wizard.
A wizard, we must clarify, with no powers, but took plenty of classes, took many electives in grade school.
Including fireworks class?
Mm-hmm, and diabolical languages.
And that was 7th grade, yeah.
7th grade, yeah.
Yeah. And also, it was interesting because the very beginning of the story, when they go off on their adventure, actually when they even just when they arrive, they do a callback to their old sets, if you notice. Oh. Because they have the same rolling hills from Madame Blueberry and other episodes or sets in episodes 1 through 5.
That's right.
Grapes of Wrath. But it's just been upgraded. And they have the same like weird rolling hills with hardly any trees. And it's very strange to look at because back then it was like, it looked like a Windows stock background because that was all they had access to. And now they have all of this money for like advanced tech and they're like, nope, same stuff. It just looks slightly better shaded.
Yeah, and the Land of Woe looked a lot like when they zoomed in on Nineveh from the Jonah movie, that like little landscape. They just kind of cut in little buildings instead of a scary dome city.
So they introduced the characters. You'll remember all of them, but the one I was most excited for, I was like, who are they going to get to play Legolas? Jerry the Gourd is Legolam.
Legolam. You have my bow. That was his little...
Even now, they make fun of him for always food things. But it's Pa Grape who is brought in, who is constantly hungry.
Pa Grape was the saltiest, hangriest dwarf in this episode, and I was here for it.
The saltiest grape this side of Central Earth is what they called it, instead of Middle Earth.
Oh, yeah, Central Earth. They rode that line. They rode right on it.
No, they didn't. And they didn't. I'll tell you that they didn't ride the line because actually, I don't know if you know this, but they received a cease and desist from New Line Cinema for making this. And Phil got really scared. And it was like, it was a thing that kept coming up in interviews and stuff like that he was like, I just don't want to make anybody upset. And it was like a huge backdrop for when they finally did the Wonderful Wizard, what was it? Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Mm-hmm. That he was like, we can only have this number of parodies each like 5 minutes. And so like it was really a traumatic event for them. But I find that so hilarious. And what got them was my biggest complaint of the episode. The music was terrible. And what got them is that all of the music was trying to be as accurate to like they didn't feel that it was parodied enough because it was trying to be very like medieval accurate Middle Earth style like music, and so like lots of things didn't rhyme. They had elongated strings. They stopped doing the VeggieTale classic very intentionally, and I'm not the only one who noticed, because it is complained about all over the internet when it came out, that people were like, this isn't good, except for the silly song with, oh, I'm sorry, what was it? It wasn't silly songs with elves,
With Iracorn,
and it was
Larry. Yeah,
pretending to be Elvis, which was frankly an incredible song, and the internet agrees.
His little elf. He had the little Elvis mouth. He was killing it. He was killing it. It
was great.
An elvish impersonator.
It's just funny because I stumbled across the Cease and Desist because I looked up about the music. I was like, this music is not good. I wonder if the internet agrees. And it was like, funny enough, the internet or the music got them in big trouble.
I am so surprised that, I mean, yes, the music did sound like in the movies, the scoring, but I'm surprised it was that, because I mean, they were really like the storyline, the names
that's
of the
what
characters.
got them in. That's definitely what got them in trouble. But they normally they guess that normally because VeggieTales does parody like this all the time.
Yeah.
But they guess that it was because they usually have really outlandish music to break up the story. And instead they just sort of flowed straight through with as close to as an accurate retelling until like the latter half, where it completely takes artistic liberties and becomes an entirely different story.
That's wild. Yeah. Well, and I had looked up, that is crazy that you found all of that backstory, because I found that due to the strong resemblance to the source material, this was an episode that was not available to purchase domestically in Australia or New Zealand. So they were like,
because the cease and desist worked in many places.
Dang. Yep. Too close to home. Wow.
Yeah.
That is wild. That's, well,
I think we start taking a departure from the story because mostly it's just a lot of puns. I wish you would have written 12 of them down, because I just feel like it would only make sense for you to say the puns, but I wasn't going to. There's just a lot of them. And I feel like the story starts taking a departure into its own story when the eagle arrives.
Oh yes, after the elder trees have trapped them atop this little imprisonment.
In the forest of raspberries, where they all make farting sounds to say hello, and you can't laugh. Laugh.
Not that kind of raspberry. Not the fruit raspberry. The little, yeah. Which correct me, a raspberry, I've heard this, is when you can give someone a raspberry too. You can be like that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I used to think that was the only version of raspberry, and then I learned that raspberry is just the sound.
It's the sound.
Which is why, like, is also a raspberry, you know?
I did not know it was the audible sound that
I
was
thought
the
it was
raspberry.
the action of
That's what I
reverse hickey.
It is a reverse hickey. And it's funny because I've gotten so much grief for this, I always called that growing up, not just the sound, but the action of like doing that to someone, a reverse hickey. I always grew up calling that loud sugars.
Oh my God, you are so from the South. That must be a Southern thing. I've never heard of that.
It's some loud sugars, like it's like a kiss, but it's, a little more like, it's a loud sugar.
Oh God. Loud sugar is, no wonder it didn't take off and become popular. That's a mouthful and isn't funny.
It's what's not supposed to be. It's just, it is what it is. You're giving someone sugar and it's loud.
Hi, come here, sweetie. I'm going to give you a loud sugar. What? I've given you enough flack. Now turning into what I grew up calling it.
Yes.
It's also awful.
What is it?
It's called a zerbit.
I've heard something similar to that. A zerbit.
Zerbit.
Why? Why?
You zerbit.
Zerbit? But what's the etymology behind that? That's a zerbit? Like your...
Probably raspberry. It's probably from the Z's.
Zerbit. I'm trying to connect the dots. I'll need to reflect on that. Let me journal.
And we may never know.
And we may never know. We may never know.
But speaking of the eagle, where it starts to take a departure, the voice actor for Larry plays that eagle, and it's not subtle.
But he's British, so you can't
and
tell.
Gay.
And
he's a gay Brit, but sounding like Larry. It's very weird.
I wasn't ready for that. But, it was just a one-shot character. He didn't stick around.
They get imprisoned. They have to stand on top of a treehouse and get whatever Gandalf's name is. Gary Dolph.
Randolph, yeah.
Randolph, yeah, of course. Is like, here comes the eagle. Jump when I say. And they all jump and they knock the eagle out of the sky and make it land. And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Crush.
I don't go jumping on you. I don't just swoop down and tear you up. You're a vegetable. I could. Bye. And then flies away.
Very valid.
And then from then on, everything gets really weird. Because they end up in the land of woe, and there are sporks. It's a spork army, and Mr. Badman.
The Dark Lord Scary Man.
Yeah, the Dark Lord Scary Man. All of this is fine, but they sort of just all converge, and they end up in the same space. And I've forgotten the most important part when he runs into Ahem.
Oh, yeah. My name is Ahem.
Mr. Lunt.
It's Mr. Lunt, but oh my god, he doesn't have a hat on and you can fully see that he has no eyes.
Yeah, or
it's kind of scary. It's scary.
Someone took out his gold tooth for this episode and you just see this kind of slightly rotting
wrinkly
tooth in there.
Oh, it's really gross.
It's bad.
But it scares me the most to not have him wearing a hat because I can just see the wrinkle lines with no eyes.
Is he usually in a hat?
He usually has some kind of hat. Does he? Didn't he wear a fedora? I'm gonna look it up. Oh, God.
I think you're right. Yeah, at least in the.
Mr. Lunt. Yes, he wears a fedora usually. Or he has a smoother. He has bangs that come down, and it's smoother, so you can't really see his.
Okay.
But he's got a wrinkly line over, no eye, dingy, yucky hair. It's really scary. I don't like it.
Some people need fedoras. For some people, it enhances. So.
I hate you.
You set that up. But yeah, he looked a little gnarly. He looked gnarly in this episode.
So they all get together in the land of woe, which is just a village that doesn't have water, and they're all all these terrifying evil people. They literally are so normal and they just don't have water.
They're thirsty.
They're not even they're just
they're just sad.
That's it. And they're oh, the land of woe. Anyway,
desert.
This is the time that Junior's oh, I think I know what my bean's for. Let me flick it into this well.
Okay, let me just pause here because they are walking through the land of woe. It's sad. It's desert. There's nothing to drink or eat. These people are impoverished, and Junior's just
hopping along being I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this being that can create everything that I could ever want.
And I'm like, Junior, how long are you going to walk through this desert before you realize that your gift is to help people? It did not come naturally to him. It took him a long time to lock in on that.
No, and then when he figured it out, he had to sing about it. Ugh.
Yeah, and hitting those notes again, they're never in his range. I'm like, Junior, you can just stay in your alto mode. You don't have to go up. Don't Mariah Carey it. Stay just right there. But yeah,
I was so fine with Junior when we started this series, and I just hate the fucker.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you came around because I was like, someone else has to see it. It cannot.
I
just be me.
Can't stand him.
And he threw the bean. Guys, there is no rule.
Tossed his own bean.
There is no rule. This magical bean that is the ring of power, the bean of power, there's no rule that says you have to throw it into a thing for it to work.
And we've witnessed how it works. You just say what you want and it does. And he goes, well, I know what this is. And it throws it into the fucking well.
He could have gone to other lands. He could have saved more people, but he was like, no, this is fine. Just gonna throw it in there.
I'm not gonna just wish. Instead, I'm gonna throw my life away.
And that's what happens when you give Junior a gift.
And then everyone converges, and Mr. Scary Guy is, well, before that, but Mr. Scary Guy is there, but then his dad, Billy Boy Bagglewagon, I don't know.
Uncle Bill Boy Baggins.
Yeah, Dildo Baggins. He arrives and saves the day, and everyone's there, and anyway, they take artistic liberties. So at that point, I was like, they're fine. But no, cease and desist.
No. Also, can we just talk about how unhinged all of this hair looks on these vegetables? Like
Larry with the golden locks I was like, wow.
Do you see it now? Do you see it
No,
now?
stop. No, stop it.
No, I heard
Stop
it.
You're going to get our
heard it.
TikTok fans hot and heavy. And I looked at the comments on one of those and I was like, what is wrong with you people?
Let's say I'm not the only one out there who is a Larry fan. So
There are accounts dedicated to Larry love out there. And I'm like, oh my God. At first I was like, that's Andy. Andy has fully created false accounts just to love Larry. And it can't be. They've gone back too far.
Yep. And I thank you for knowing that I would. I absolutely would do that and create those accounts. But nope, it's real. So thank you, Larry lovers.
But, okay, one thing that we've neglected to talk about, and I feel like this is a blinding mistake, is Larry's cousin? No, sorry, the Legolam's cousin who's there, or brother?
Oh, yeah, the yellow gourd. Yeah.
Who's just a Keebler elf. Who's fully just a Keebler elf. Who doesn't talk much. He just has to pee every 5 minutes. Yeah. And then he goes and bakes cookies in a tree and turns all of the sporks good.
Literally. Yeah, literally. And he says it in his line. He's like,
Nothing tastes better than a cookie baked in a tree.
and I was like, oh, on the nose.
Keebler.
Okay.
I know. At first, when he arrived, I was like, oh, Santa's little worker.
Yeah.
And then,
green.
and then they were like, he's good at cooking. I was like, weird. I don't know why they didn't say making toys. And then later sees a tree and I went, oh no, no.
They let that simmer.
But then there you go.
They let that one.
So have you noticed how we pointed this out before? Whoever they used to have play the evil scallion in many of the episodes is gone because they have Archibald always play that character now.
Yeah.
And they have him play Archibald. And the two of them were in the same scene together and they weren't doing different voices.
That's true, and they both have that more kind of British, it's slightly different, but not different enough. It's very similar. You're right.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is relatively different, but it's mostly because one's evil and one's Mike. Or not Mike, sorry, one's Archibald.
Also, why isn't Mike in this? Why didn't we cast
I know,
Mike?
I was like, Mike could have just been the dildo daddy.
Well, no. Lord, ew. Ew. Oh, God.
Oh, do you know what my hat says?
What?
Bussy.
Oh, my God.
So anyway.
Thank you for saying that. But, okay, I think I know why. Mike would have been too practical. We wouldn't have had
Right.
this
We wouldn't have
show.
had a story at all.
No, he would have been like, oh, son, use that to help people. And then
Yeah.
we'd roll the credits. That'd be it.
Also, he wouldn't have left to go on a weird adventure of not knowing what he's looking for. He'd be like, something's calling to me. But I think I can find what I'm looking for right here.
Honestly,
And
yeah.
then we would have just been done.
Mike was too good. Oh my gosh. We didn't even mention the countertop situation, which is my favorite countertop intro.
Just Larry riding a fucking unicycle.
And calling it a ukulele the whole time. Doesn't even know.
That's it. That's your favorite of all time?
I love it because he's like, I think I'm gifted. And it's just the joke that he's got no feet, he's got no legs, and he's riding this, and he wants to ride it. His reason he gives Bob, he's like, I'm going to be rich and famous. And I was like, Larry, riding a unicycle? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just, and then their little friend who calls in, their kid who writes a letter, has a gift, and he's like, I don't know what to use for it. Like, how do I use this? And Larry's like, rich and famous, Dylan. And I was like, yes, Larry, yes, make that paper.
And also, this is when the Sporks steal the song from the computer, like you said.
They steal the "What Have We Learned" song, and Bob felt
I was
some
shocked
feelings.
I was shocked that Bob cared. I thought he was gonna start lighting fireworks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very unexpected reaction. He was sad. He got a little despondent.
They love a subversion of expectations.
That's true. Oh, speaking of that, I wanted to ask you, in the middle of this film, you looked down at something and were distracted, and then you heard the voice of this character. It was a weird, unhinged-looking scallion with an umbrella.
Who is this man? Okay. I can't even describe him. He's a weird-looking scallion. He's got little chubby cheeks and a little, like, double chin.
He's freaky looking a little bit.
Yeah, but I heard the voice, an immediate something in me. Something in me from my childhood. I looked up with death in my veins, pumping, ready to kill, murder in the eyes, and this fucked up scallion. I was like, I know you, but I don't know from what. But I have hate in my body for you.
So listeners, I'm going to put it on TikTok. If you know who this is, like, reach out. Let us know who is this scallion.
What's he from? Is it the part of me was like, oh man, maybe it's the Christmas episode with the star of Christmas.
Oh, maybe.
But I was like, but I don't know.
We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out.
Or maybe, no, I don't know. We've watched a lot of the episodes that I remember well, and he hasn't come up in any of them.
Not yet. All right, well, help us out, y'all. Like, let us know. Oh, also, speaking of, if you have questions for us, let us know. We are here to answer your questions. Like, you can DM us on Instagram. You can message me on, TikTok. Don't use Threads, though. I don't know how that works.
The Tiki-Talkie?
The Tiki-Talk. I don't know how Threads work, so don't thread me. I don't know how to do that. But yeah, ask us anything.
I have a question.
What?
If you were a kitchen utensil, what would you be?
Ooh. I've actually been asked this before. I would be...
Yeah, you do theater.
Honestly. Yeah. Like one of those standing mixers, that they use to, like, mix, like, bakery, like when you're making dough.
This is a whole appliance. You said utensil. No, appliance.
Look,
or are you just the whisk that attaches to it?
I'm just the little spirally whisk. Yeah, because it's stable.
Bougie.
It's sturdy. Yeah, it's bougie. It's for those baking hoes, which I am one of them. And yeah, it's not needed, but it's nice to have. Yeah. What about you?
Spork.